Hey guys, welcome to Rosie's Dessert Spot. In this video tutorial, we'll be creating 3 miniature cakes that have a rainbow theme. These kind of remind me of circus cakes. I don't know why. I think it's just because they're so colorful. Very, very easy to do and don't require a lot of experience. For the very first cake, we'll be creating the one with the drip and the watercolor effect. You'll need a 4-inch cake on a 6-inch cake board, stack it as you normally would, and then cover with a crumb coat. This is a thin layer of frosting just to trap in any of those crumbs. And the buttercream recipe can be found in the description box below. While that's resting in the fridge, I'm going to color my buttercream with gel food color, and I've chosen 4 different colors for this project. Once that's nicely mixed in, add on your final layer of frosting. I've chosen to stick with white because I thought it would just contrast really nicely. Starting at the very top and then working my way down to the bottom of the cake. Whenever I am working with a small cake, I like to use a small spatula. You'll find that as you're putting on the frosting, if it's a small cake, it's very lightweight. The more pressure you add, the more it starts to move around on your board. So use an appropriate size spatula for the cake that you're creating. Once I reach the very bottom, I like to give it a bit of a work through and then I smooth it all out. Fill in any spaces as you go and continue to smooth down until it's all uniform. Grab that larger spatula and then pull that lip of frosting to the center. Don't ask me why, but the larger spatulas just work a charm with creating really neat top edges. Then take your little one again, just for control, and then create these little splotches of color with your colored buttercream. I had it a lot more heaped together at the base, and then once I worked up the cake, I spread out the colors a little bit more. I did not want these to blend very much at all, so when I go around with the scraper, I don't actually drag it the whole way around. I just drag it in small sections just to keep those colors as separate as possible. You could also just use your spatula instead of a scraper to smooth it out, just as I have decided to do here. And applying ever so slightly, just a little bit of frosting at the end of your spatula each time so you get a nice thin finish. Into the fridge she goes to set, and then I've taken some white chocolate buttons by Nestle, mixed it with heavy cream, zapped it in the microwave for about 30 seconds, and then stirred it till it's nice and melted. I added in white liquid by Chef Master. It's a white gel color that works beautifully with ganache. Then I poured it over the top. Usually I use a piping bag to help create a drip on my cake. It's a lot more control, but today I felt like free-flowing and I just covered the whole cake in ganache and I used my spatula to help it drip down the sides. When you do this, you don't have as much control. As you can see here, the drip started about a third way down the cake and that just kept enveloping as it rested. That still looks pretty cool. Totally up to your own personal preference, but using a piping bag will give you much more control. I've got number 32 piping tip and I'm just going onto my cake with little stars, kind of like a crescent moon shape I'm creating here, and then I've added on some gumballs to decorate. For the second cake, we're creating this ruffled rainbow cake. You've seen me create something similar in a previous tutorial, but this one here is just next level for the colors. You'll need a piping bag fitted with a 104 piping tip in each of the colors that you'd like, and then starting at the very bottom, drag your piping tip up the cake, stop squeezing once you reach the very top, and then swipe that piping tip towards the center of the cake to cut the ribbon. If you look closely, I am using the larger end of the piping tip against the cake and the skinny side of the 104 piping tip facing my belly. So the skinnier side faces away from the cake. As you drag this up, give your piping bag a little bit of a wriggle rather than just going straight up. This will create a bit more movement in your ruffle and look a little bit more realistic and interesting, in my opinion. The very last one is always tricky because you're going to touch the ruffle on either side, so just take your time with that one. At the very top, I've decided to go in with green, and this is a number 32 piping tip. I'm creating stars and a ring of stars all the way around. I left the center blank. I don't know why, I always like to leave the center bit blank. And then go in with your edible decorations. These are gumballs that I've used. Set it in the fridge so that they don't fall off or move around. And your second cake is done. For the very final cake, we have this purple cake with the star dollops, and we've used number 32 piping tip again. You'll need a pre-crumb coated 4-inch cake just like before. And then starting at the very top, I've applied my purple buttercream and then moving down to the sides. If you look closely, this particular buttercream is much smoother than the other cakes. What I've done here is I added in that white chocolate ganache we had before for the drip. I had a whole bunch left over and I didn't want to waste it. So I threw it into my buttercream frosting, I mixed it in, and it just created this super smooth frosting. I was so happy with it. So just a tip, if you want extra smooth frosting, add in some white chocolate ganache. It just thins it out, but it's still firm and totally workable and will set firmly and everything. On she goes, up to the sides. And then you want to smooth it out with your bench scraper. You want to fill in any pockets that you leave behind. Don't try to scrape off all at once. You will end up going through to your crumb coats just a little bit at a time. Very gentle pressure as you go and fill in. Bring that lip of frosting to the center. And again, I've used a much larger spatula for this. It just creates much sharper edges. Into the fridge she goes to set. And in the meantime, we will create our star piping bags. So 32 piping tip at the end of each piping bag. I'm keeping my hand nice and wide so I can fit 2 colors in here evenly. I work on the very edge to add in my blue, and also on the other side the orange. Pull down on the piping bag to close it. Push all the frosting down to the bottom. And then you'll want to pipe out the colors until both show through evenly. I usually do this at the back of the spoon. Prepare both bags or however many you like, and then create the stars. I made them a lot more larger and clustered towards the bottom of the cake. And then as I worked my way up the cake, I spaced them out a little more and I made the stars a little bit smaller, so it kind of looks like an ombre but for shapes, if that makes sense. And it's very easy to get carried away with this, not gonna lie. I think right now would have been the perfect time to stop, but when you're doing it, you just keep going, and before you know it, you just have this cake that's just fully covered in stars, but I was pretty happy with it anyway. And there you go. That is our last cake for this tutorial. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and give it a go. If you do, hashtag Rosie's Dessert Spot so we can see your amazing creations as well. And that's it. I'll catch you again in the next video. If you enjoyed these, feel free to subscribe. We do upload a new video every week. Bye for now.